What's up, everybody? Welcome to some Fan Fridays. We're doing Modern Vampires for today. Hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, I need to update the wins and losses here. We haven't played a single match yet. Just noticed that. Let me update these right here. There we go. There we go. Everything's looking good. Looking good. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Hope you enjoy your weekend this weekend. If you go to FNM tonight, awesome. If not, make sure to try and get some drafts in if you're having a FNM or event on the weekends as well. So. Just waiting for some people to get in here for a second. Excuse me. Never Gonna sort of toyed around with a similar build a while ago, but found it wasn't quite there. A little different though, so we'll see how this does. Elliot, LOL, this is a deck. This is a deck, it's true. It's a real deck, yeah. I will say that this deck, to me, needs some tweaking to make it more viable in the format as far as Modern goes, but I do think there is some viability as far as some of the newer cards from Rivals and, of course, from the Kaladesh block like Yahini as well. So, Oathsworn Vampire does make this deck a lot more live than it really needs to be, but I do think the deck, from I guess like from a top-down perspective, is kind of almost a kitchen table style deck with some elements to make it go a little bit wider. Decklist is in the description. Let's go over the actual deck cards here. Josh. It's definitely some cards. Enough that you can play some Magic with them. That's true. We have a Path to Exile here. It's a fantastic removal card for us in Modern. 2 Fatal Push, another great removal card. 3 Indulgent Aristocrat, so great for us in the early game as well as in the mid to late game. A Danto Vanguard being a fantastic blocker and early game attacker. Oathsworn Vampire, the vampire that just won't die. We have Bloodghast, another vampire that just will not die. We also have Urge to Feed here. Great card for us. Legion Lieutenant being able to pump our entire board. Then we have a Queen's Commission being able to make 2 1/1 white vampire creature tokens. This is a card I kind of have some point of contention with here. I feel like it may not be as powerful as you think it might be in the Modern format. We also have 2 Bantu the Glorified. We have a lot of creatures that will be dying often, so Bantu in here is actually okay, not terrible, but I do think probably some different slots could be used for that instead. We have 2 Yahini here. Because we have Oathsworn Vampire and Yahini with some lifelinkers like the Indulgent Aristocrat, I do think Yahini's pretty decent in here, as well as the tokens. We also have a Captivating Vampire in here, which is great for us too. Then Call to the Feast, just like Queen's Commission. It's kind of a questionable card for us in the Modern format. It's kind of questionable for us even in Standard sometimes. I do think they're decent as far as being able to go wide, but I think they're just better cards out there for us for these 2 slots. Then we have Sorin, Lord of Innistrad. Great, love Sorin. Fantastic. And of course, in the sideboard, or not sideboard, the lands here, we have 4 Cavern of Souls. We have Field of Ruin, Ghost Quarter, Godless Shrine, Marsh Flats, Plain Swamp, Unclaimed Territories, and Vault. So I think we're pretty good on that. Let's go to the sideboard here. A bit better so far as our situation goes. We have 2 Grafted Eater's Cage, 2 Pithing Needles, 2 Hallowed Moonlight, which I do think is pretty interesting against the Bloodghasts. That's kind of nice. I think that this might be quite good actually against the Black-Red Halloween deck. We also have Sunny Silence here to shut down some Affinity matchups. Bowblade here to get rid of some tokens, I get that. Zealous Persecution was the card that I had, I guess, the biggest question mark on. I like the card. I don't think it's that decent as far as a sideboard card. I feel like we should probably have some more straight up exile, like non-permanents, in our sideboard here for like a Lantern Control matchup or maybe something else like that. I do think Sunny Silence helps with that matchup, but I do think we need some straight up artifact or maybe Hand Hate with like either Thoughtseize, maybe a Inquisition of Kozilek, or maybe even just a straight up Surgical Extraction. Couldn't think of the word. And of course we have 3 Leyline of Sanctity. That's going to be against the burn matchups, the mill matchups, that kind of stuff. Overall, the deck is okay. I do think Queen's Commission and Call to the Feast could be in here for something a bit more synergistic. We don't have too many creatures in here as far as life linking, so being able to get the vampires back won't be as interesting. Let's see here, trying to make sure that I'm correct on that. We do have obviously a Bantu here to trigger that lifelink to bring back an Oathsworn Vampire, so that is an interaction that could happen as well. And of course, a Danto Vanguard, we pay life into that. So let's see what we can do in the actual set here. Let's go to Modern, go for Vamps, get matches. Sorry, Josh. I do like Bantu in here as the idea, like as far as the idea goes. I do think the implementation of it is not as synergistic as we're hoping it to be. We'll see what happens though. 2 lands, Lieutenant, Bloodghast, Path, and Commission. Probably going to be a keep for us. If you have decent Lantern Hate with Needle and Stony Silence, I think Leyline works a bit too. Yeah, that's probably true as well. Let's go with Marsh Flats first. Sack that. Let's go for Godless Shrine here and say no. Pass turn. What's up, kiddo? Hope you guys are having a good Friday. I just destroyed me some Chick-fil-A. So, got some lunch in my gullet. And ready to have some fun today. Goblin Guide looks like a goblin deck here. Alright. Nice. Marsh Flats once again. Gonna be pretty decent for us as far as getting out a Bloodghast here. Let's go for a Swamp here. Go Bloodghast. Pass turn. Goblin deck GG's. Chick-fil-A? You pronouncing it Chick-fil-A, Elliot? Is that how you pronounce yours? So Taryn, general recommendation on Modern, don't crack fetches until you need to. Like there. You could have just gone ahead and paid for 2 life. And exiled this dude after attacks, but before damage. True. Got Called to the Feast on top here. Most likely we'll just let us trade here. Maybe not, though. We can't trade, can't we? Yeah, because Bloodghast can't block. That's right. Shrine? Okay. Ooh, Shrine. Haven't seen that in a hot minute. Call to the Feast here. Let's go with Vault. Could go Queen's Commission here. Or go Lieutenant. And then push. I can't do both of that at the same time here. Feeling a little confined on mana right now. Gotcha. Trying to figure out what we want to do here. I guess we just attack in, hold up, push, and path here. For one more trigger for the Goblin Guide. To see if we get another land. Not bad. Okay. Nice, Saka. Cool. Bloodstained Mire coming in for our opponent. Lava Spike to the face. This is a burn deck, so we're definitely going to bring in the Leyline next turn, or next game. Sorin is on top here. Let's go push. Alright. Lava Spike to the face again. Down to 8 here. Getting into Sorin here is going to be pretty slow for us. Let's see, opponent tapping for red here. Rift Bolt. Ouch. Sorin in hand here. Let's go with the Queen's Commission here, making some lifelink vamps. Sucks how rare standard events are around here. Oh, around your area, Zaka? But it sounds like we do standard a lot here on the channel. Alright. Rift Bolt in hand. They can do another 3, so getting you 6, you're getting us down to 2. Let's see if they win this turn. We have lifelinkers on the battlefield, so Okay, then get us down to actually death now, right? Thanks to the shrine. Yeah, that's it. Concede. Alright. Let's go Leyline here. Let's see. We could bring in Pithing Needle or Stony Silence for that artifact. I'm trying to think if we want to bring anything else in here. What a sucky matchup. Shrine is bizarrely good. Let's bring in Silence here. I think that's probably the card we want to bring in. I think Sorn could probably... Actually, let's cut a Queen's Commission, a Call to the Feast. Probably one Urge. Two Urge, probably fine. Makes our creatures larger, but it's not going to be that useful against a burn deck, so... Trying to make sure we have stuff that benefits our situation. I do think we probably want to bring in Queen's Commission and Call to the Feast again, because those are lifelingers that go wide. So let's take out a Bloodghast. Zealous Persecution against Goblin Horde is great. That's true, Josh, but I think this is just a straight up burn deck from our opponent. I think you go just Leyline if you're putting in another card to shut off Shrine. Go with Pithing Needle since it's more flexible. Yeah, I agree with that, Josh. That was the first card I kind of thought of, but I thought Stony Silence was just a more solid option. Let's take out... One Oathsworn. Let's take out one more Oathsworn. Those are good, but we need to prioritize removal and lifelink. Cut a path because burn. Well, they do have goblins here, so I do want to make sure we have the path when we need it. 3 lands here. Okay, here's kind of the conundrum here with the unclaimed territory. We can't use it for our spells. We can get a Oathsworn Vampire out on turn 2 and name God on the other unclaimed territory. Maybe get a Bantu out on turn 3. I think that's fine. But we really need to get into a black mana for the Call to the Feast. But I think getting out Queen's Commission with a 1 white mana is fine. Let's go for a Plains here. Pass turn. Resisting the urge to punch people in the face today. Justin, don't do that. Punching people in the face is bad. Sometimes. You know, you have to be a sanctioned event. You got to, like, pay people to, like, show up and advertise. And then you get to punch people in the face. They're going to suspend a Rift Bolt for us. How nice of them. Unclaimed territory. Another Vampire here. Let's go with Vampire and get out a Oathsworn here. Pass turn. Ready. Let's go. 3 points of damage to my face. Or creature. Could do it to the creature here. Yeah, it looks like to the face here. Looks like Searing Blaze. Not bad. We're going to go for Unclaimed Territory. Ooh, Godless Shrine is here as well. Let's go Unclaimed Territory first to get out Queen's Commission to make sure we have a situation where... I'm going to name God here. That way we have some lifelinkers, and we can actually get the Vampire back if we need to. Passing turn for our opponent. They have green in their deck as well. Cavern of Souls is also here. Let's go Godless Shrine first, probably. Actually, let's go... yeah, let's go Godless Shrine first. Say no. Let's get out Bantu. To find a Leyline, Josh. That might have been true. I do think we'll be okay, though, with the life-linking vampires here. Call to the Feast and Queen's Commission is actually going to be a good upside for us being able to hopefully outlast their hand. So the only bad thing, of course, with those one is that we have to be able to gain life and then also have the mana up for it. So there's a lightning bolt to the face. 2 more mana here. There's a skull crack to the face. We're going to go back up to 10 here. Actually, we can't gain life because of skull crack. Ooh, okay. Skull crack does make that play a little bit more difficult for us. Let's see if they have a sweeper here. Wait a second. This isn't modern? It's look at his hand. I'm leaving. Pyro, this is modern. Absolutely. I do think Oathsworn Vampire is very good in modern. I think Call to the Feast could be good. Just really depends. Let's go... let's see. Probably want to go Call to the Feast here. Let's go Call to the Feast beforehand and see if they want to... if that prompts our opponent to pop one of our creatures. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Could have turned on our Bantu there, but decided not to. Keep in mind, everything that's in Standard is also Modern viable. Now, that doesn't mean that it's Modern playable. It is Modern viable, though. Let's see. 2 cards here. Boros Charm doing 4 damage to target player. We're down to 6 here. Okay, so if they have anything in their hand as far as doing 6 damage, we're dead, though. Gonna hit 6 for our opponent. And just pray that they don't have 6 points of damage in their hand. Let's see what happens. There's a Rift Bolt suspended. Got a push in hand. Let's go Cavern of Souls. Just name Vampire, that's fine. Let's see. Probably want to go... oh, yeah, our opponent's going to scoop there. We could have gone for the line there where we sacked a Vampire, turned on Bantu, got in, and then sacked all of our creatures there with the 6 mana we had. Doing another 3 points of damage, getting 3 life, going up to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that would have been unwinnable for our opponent. Modern legal is what you're looking for. Vital is a stretch. Josh. Well, we just won against Burn, so how about that? I'm just kidding. Let's see here. Sort. I think we're fine as far as the cards we have in our actual deck right now. So I think we're just going to submit again. See if we can do a ley line into the main hand here. Didn't see the deck text. Are we running the Aristocrat? I believe so, Jordan. Maybe not. Let me look at the deck list. I don't believe so, actually. Yeah, we are. Indulgent Aristocrat. Sorry. Opening hand for us. 3 lands, Aristocrat, Vanguard, Bloodghast. Again, this is a very good hand for us, but because against the tempo deck that we're playing against, or the burn deck we're playing against, it might be better to actually mulligan this and go for a hand with Leyline in it. But having Aristocrat in hand does mean that that might be a target for us. Let's keep this. Yeah, we don't want to use Vanguard's ability to make it indestructible at all. We just want to make sure our opponent's going to feel some life linking here. Goblin Guide on their side of the field. Call to the Feast is what's on top, so that's very good for us as far as a card we need. Let's go for a swamp here. Go for Indulgent Aristocrat, pass turn. Vanguard is batter here? Getting in for 2 here. We're not going to block. We want to make sure that Captivating Vampire's in the top here. Yeah, I got it, Josh. I love me some typos. Let's see, 2 lands from our opponent here. We're at 16. Let's go for Cavern of Souls. Name Vampire. Let's go Bloodghast. If we hit a land, I would love to do that so we can go for a... so we don't ping ourselves for 2. Keep in mind, Bloodghast can't block, so they're going to get in for another 2 this turn. They have 5 cards in hand. Yeah, this is actually game 3. I'm sorry about that. I should have been updating the list here. We're in game 3 right now. Match 1, game 3. Sacking a Bloodstained Mire, my instep, going for a land here. Red land. Not bad. Any kind of burn from this? Let's see. Lightning Helix to the face. Okay. Is there any way to discard Bloodghast? I don't believe so, but we can sack it with a Indulgent Aristocrat, then bring it back with Godless Shrine if we want to. Making this a 2/2. Now, if we do that, our opponent might just in response kill the Aristocrat, so we don't want to be too hasty with our situation. See if the opponent wants to continue to attack out. Again, Bloodghast can't block. They have 3 land here, 4 cards in hand. I do think a strike. Yep, there's a bolt, or actually, it's not a strike, a bolt. Bolt to the Bloodghast. That means we don't get our sack trigger for the Aristocrat. They continue to attack out. We got Queen's Commission out here. So that's going to be the card we most likely will play this turn. Down to 12. We could go for Godless Shrine tapped just to save some mana and go for a Danto Vanguard instead. Let's say no and then just get out a Danto to save our life. Yeah, so Bloodghast does come back, so they do waste their bolt. I am surprised they even used it on the Bloodghast there. Let's go for a Vanguard. Typing is hard. Pyro, so boring. Why? This is a fun deck. Let's get in for 1 here. Go for some lifelink. Get to 13. Dropped down to 18. Opponent might kill the Aristocrat. No, they're going to go for Skullcrack. Gotcha, so we don't gain any life this turn. Opponent on that Skullcrack. Pyro, no sub for you. Just because you don't play a deck you like doesn't mean the stream is bad. Come on now. Decide about going out for drinks in the work crew tonight. Aside from that, just trying to get through the day. Oh, there's opponent. They had nothing in their hand, I would assume. Let's go for a show of hand here. See what we've drawn into. Call of the Feast, Cavern of Souls. Would have loved Cavern of Souls instead of Call of the Feast first, because we would have gone into a either the Call of the Feast ourselves or Captivating Vampire to turn that on to be a 2/2. But lifelink is very important in the burn matchup, and we got that down to the belt. So nice. We are 1-0. Let's get in another match. I did forget that Call of Feast and Queen's Commission makes 1/1 lifelinkers. That is something that I kind of forgot about. I thought it was just 1/1s. Pyro, I hate vampires. Play first, yes. Okay, opening hand here has 3 lands for us, 2 Yehinis, a Lieutenant, and a Queen's Commission. This is actually not too bad, so we're going to go with a keep. The problem, of course, here is Queen's Commission not having a white source, thanks to Cavern of Souls and the territory, so we're going to Swamp first, pass. Thanks, Megan. Janky budget Vamps in Modern. This stream is great. What's up, Marcus? Yeah, I do like to, pick Modern decks, if they are submitted for Fan Friday, that are kind of interesting, kind of different. There was a ton of really great Standard decks, but last week we did Standard, so I wanted to kind of shake it up and do some Modern today. Ooh, this could be the 5-color Humans deck. Let's go for Cavern of Souls here. Name Vampire. Let's go Legion's Lieutenant. Pass turn. Anyone know a way to cheat out a 4-card sorcery? I don't know. Champion of the Parish here coming in. Human spell again. There is a white Thalia. Let's go with the Unclaimed Territory here. Name Vampire. Could go Yehini here, because it does make it a 3/3 with haste. If I submit a very silly vintage combo deck, will you give it a shot? Absolutely, Josh. I'll definitely look it over for sure. Never gonna. I hate Twilight. You know, I never saw Twilight, but for whatever reason right now, Jess and I are like binging through Netflix's Vampire Diaries. So not Netflix's. It's on Netflix. We just kind of started it because I like Supernatural, and it just never. So we haven't stopped yet. We're on like season 4 now. It's crazy. You'll never hate Twilight as much as Kieran hates Knuckles. Here's a Meddling Mage coming in here. What are you going to cast here? Path to Exile, maybe? We are in white. Fatal Push in black? Cat-fitting Vampire, maybe, if you can read my hand. Opponent's thinking it over. See, this would be actually be a great situation for... oh, they're going to name Damnation, a card we don't have in our deck here. Good card for us to bring in here would probably be Zealous Persecution. In this particular matchup, maybe Bile Blight. I have a 3/3 here and a 2/1 with first strike. Of course, making another human come out. Thalia's Lieutenant. Look at all these humans. I doubt we're going to do too well against this particular matchup. But we'll see what happens. Opponent getting in now for 8 points of damage. I'm not going to block that. Let's get out for an unclaimed territory. Let's go Vampire. Let's get out Captivating Vampire. This is a 4/4 with haste. Let's see here. We could continue. We could attack out here. The problem, of course, is that they have 2 cards in hand, so the Thalia could become larger. So I think we just want to attack. Captivating Vampire could be used next turn if we hit a white mana. If we do not, we might go for Field of Ruins, kill their maybe a Cavern of Souls. Twilight's the best series since Logan Paul's Japanese block. Oh, that was harsh. Let's see here. Another Thalia's Lieutenant? Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. Yep, lots of creatures on our opponent's side of the field. Taryn, what microphone are you using? Really good audio quality. This is an Audio Technica. I can't remember the actual name. Let me look it up real quick. It's like I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll look it up in the middle of the stream and let you know. I think it's the AT2020. Yeah, it's the AT2020. Audio Technica AT2020. It's like a $30 mic here. We could go with a block here. Let's see. We are hitting lethal, so that's 8, 7. Okay, let's see. 11. Yeah, we're going to block that way, won't we? If we're going to block them, we're going to lose a creature. We're going to block that way. This does mean that the Yahini does get larger here. Who optimizes this list? Yeah, Nighthawks I think are very good in the Vampire build. Field of Ruin here. We got Oathsworn Vampire. Let's go for a Cavern of Souls kill. Get a white mana. Not bad. We actually have Queen's Commission here to make 2 1/1 lifelinkers, so we will be able to gain some life back, blocking a 7/7, and most likely... Oh, wait. It's 3 mana, right? Oh, it's because Thalia. Oh, no, that's it. That's game. That was my fault there. Yeah, Thalia made that impossible. Sneaky Thalia. Alright, let's go and bring in some Zealous Persecution. Let's get out Sorin from this. I think Pithy Needle might be coming in here as well. If you want to use that. Yeah, Jonathan, these are some real, like, I would definitely, at the end of the stream today, we might actually go through, like we did last week, and maybe rebuild this deck from the ground up and see how we like it after that. I do like Urge to Feed, Path is great, and Fatal Push is always great as well. Vanguard's good against this matchup, Aristocrat's okay. Oathworn Vampire is a little slow. Let's bring in 1 Pithing Needle here. Needle doesn't do anything? No, okay. Thought it would. Let's bring in a Bile Blight instead. against those lieutenants. Everything else in this deck, in this sideboard, is not great. I will say Sorin is good if we get the ability to get to him. Maybe take out Bantu here and lean more heavily on Sorin. I think Sorin is... I think actually Bantu's probably a bit better than Sorin, honestly. To take it back, naming Aether Vial might be okay. Yeah, we could go Aether Vial with the Pithing Needle. What's up, Elijah? Trying to figure out what to take out here. Maybe one Queen's Commit or one Call to the Feast, and one more Vampire. Let's bring in Needle. Let's keep Vampire actually in here. Submit. Yeah, last point. It's let's hit yes. Opening hand here does have a path and a push. We only have one land though, so we'll probably have to ship it being on the play. I do like having a path in hand though. Let's mulligan though. 2 lands, Lieutenant, Bloodghast, Feast, and a Commission. This is probably a bit better. Let's go with a keep here. Would love a removal piece on top. Shrine on top, that's fine too. Let's go with Godless Shrine, play that out, say no, pass turn. Vampire's really got my blood flowing. Last point I will say with as far as job frustration, it is really difficult to have a job where it's like a marketer or a designer or a dev, because a lot of people, especially sometimes your upper management, don't really understand what you do and just expect the world from you, and that's a little annoying. Let's go for a... I think we're probably going to go for a Godless Shrine here and say no. And the reason for this play is because they're going to come in with some more creatures. We could have played Lieutenant, but we don't want to block it if it becomes a 2-2. So it's worth it to just get out the land here and get the 2 mana hit in, or 2 point hit in out of the way. You're not whining last point, it's fine. Thalia here is going to slow down Queen's Commission and Calls to the Feast. Tech support is no better. It's true. Alright, I go for planes here. Let's go for a Lieutenant. Could have gone with the Oathsworn Vampire there, as it does come in tapped. Anointed in this deck? No, it's not. I do think this is going to be one of our worst matchups by far. That's why I sell cars. I hear you. I never went to work in some design job where some idiots with no clue what they're talking about act like they know more than my job than me. Zaka, that was my last job, basically. I was creative director, and the CEO was, you know, very disgruntled about me having suggestions on art stuff, or stuff for clients. I feel like we would get into arguments every single day over that. Opponent getting in for 6 here. Yeah, this is going to be our worst matchup by far. We have Cavern of Souls here. Let's go Vampire. Can't do Call of the Feast. We could do Queen's Commission. These do turn them into 2/2, so it does mean we have some viability in the mid game. Pass turn. Naming Damnation of a Meddling Mage. Wow. Reflector Mage. Ooh. They're going to bounce the Lieutenant here. That's going to be game. Wow. Reflector Mage is so good. So good. Getting in for lots of damage here. We're going to have to block the 5 and 3. Lieutenant, we can't cast those this turn. Can't do Call to the Feast since it's 1 extra. And Oathsworn Vampire comes in tapped, as well as Bloodcast coming in. Can't block. So 5, 5, 10. Let's do it. Yep. Let's go to play lobby. That was a quick 2-0 from the opponent for their humans deck there. Yeah, remember when Reflector Mage was in Standard? The problem is there are a lot of really stupid people that get put in charge of things they don't really understand. Justin, 100% agree. I think my previous job, we would go around to different clients, different businesses, and like help them with their marketing and stuff. Yeah, this is definitely Mega Man Music, Samuel. We would help them with their marketing stuff and help them get started. And it's so crazy because you think like, oh, their business has been around for 20 or 30 years even, and they haven't, you know, they don't even know the first thing, like what their mission like pitch is, what their statement is. They don't have a logo. It's just, it's kind of insane how some businesses are still in business when they don't even know the fundamentals of, like, as far as like the aesthetics and all that kind of stuff. Play first, yes. This is gonna be a mulligan for me with 1 land. This is a lot better. However, having a Cavern and Unclaimed Territory does mean that the mana resources for the Queen's Commission and Call to the Feast will be lower. And this is the problem we keep running into, and this is going to be a consistent issue, is that Unclaimed Territory and Cavern of Souls, I feel like you need just Cavern or just Unclaimed Territory because you have this issue. Swamp on top. Let's go Cavern here, name Vamp, and pass. And a lot of companies, charisma is all that matters. Competence is irrelevant, which sucks. Josh, 100% agree with that. Oh! Why'd you scoop, opponent? Okay. Whoops. Keep getting pitched into this match here. Let's host a new match. This may be controversial, but as a graphic designer, it makes my insides hurt when people say they like the old art of the cards better. Oh, man. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I agree with you. I do think the framing still needs work, you know, but I think overall we've come a long way from the very archaic looking feel of the old card borders. Because we're on the draw, this might be a keep for us. Jonathan, I think for me it's like, I like the old, as far as illustration work. I'm not a fan of the, we're going to go Godless Shrine here and just immediately kill the Hierarch. I do think, but I think the border work is very, very annoying. Thanks for that, Josh. Appreciate that. Pass turn. I like the brown artifacts. I like the brown color. I just don't think that it's utilized very well on the old cards. But I do appreciate that color there. Let's go for Plains here and then go Vanguard. Let's see if they have a kill here. They probably don't. I think they dropped the ball on a lot of the Ixalan artworks. I do think the art direction and a lot of the new Ixalan stuff is a little too, I would say, generic. There's not as much stylistic Voice of Resurgence here. There's not enough stylistic substance within the new cards, and that's kind of what makes them kind of come off as not as decent as you would think. Let's go Vampire here. Let's go Captivating. I'll just take a look in human. Yeah, I think that's the thing. The older stuff had more character, and I feel like the aesthetic of the older stuff, like, it does come off a bit more, I guess, through the passage of time, it comes off a bit more memorable because the new stuff is so like homogenous. Which is, I mean, they're trying to go for a particular like style. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, this is a cool card, but this composition is kind of forgettable. Whereas I feel like this is like still a relatively older card here, and I just love the artwork and composition. And of course, all this Zendikar stuff I loved because it was so like sketchy. Just feel like there's a level of sheen or polish on top of the new stuff that can kind of take away from the actual aesthetic of the card. Like if this was a bit more like underdeveloped, it might look even better. But that's my, that's my preference. Collective Company is on top. All right. Courser's going to be in here. Okay. Would love to go Urge to Feed on the Courser here. Let's see. 3 cards in hand. Yeah, Lower One's art is probably my favorite, Josh. I would agree with that. They're trying to reference to a younger audience, also downplay old satanic references to get more acceptance. I mean, I can see that like line of thought. Like it makes sense. It just, I don't know. It just comes off as disingenuous. Let's go for a Vanguard here instead of a Bloodghast. Let's get in for some damage. See if they want to block with the Courser. Ooh, they're going to do anything? They were thinking about it. Okay, going to block that way and that way. Let's go with Urge to Feed. See if they have anything to help them this turn. See, did I hit one too many things? Yeah, I did. So the Vanguard does die. Probably didn't want to pay the extra 4 life for that either way. The 90s had a lot of problems with satanic cults, so something would tell you. I mean, I grew up during that. I didn't notice any of that, but, whatever. 3 cards in the opponent's hand here. They have a Collective Company in hand, so they could go for that. Let's go Field of Ruin here. Township is a card we really want to worry about. Could have gotten Yahini and Bloodghast. Let's see. Probably should have done Bloodghast as well. Let's get in with 5 and 3. Yeah, no Vampire, Nighthawk, or Child of Night. Nighthawk is probably the card I would bring in over like the Queen's Commission and Call to the Feast, but we'll see what happens as far as these matches go. And then definitely at the end of the matches, I will for sure talk to you guys about how I would change something. We have a 3/3 here. Sure. Could have got rid of the Captivating Vampire there, but I do think the buff is pretty important for the Bloodghast coming in soon. Zach, most of the new art designs also look plain boring. None of the vampires look exciting. Most dinosaurs look different sizes of bipedal, quadrupedal dinosaurs with feathers. The pirates are meh. Most of the recent creature designs are not only lacking art composition, but also just being unique looking itself. I can kind of understand that. I'd say the perspective as far as from my side is that I like the direction as far as the actual design work. Like, I do think the dinosaurs were like cool, like well designed. I do think that the artistic style was a bit underdeveloped and a little boring. I also think that variance in dinosaur type could have been also increased. We didn't get very much as far as dinosaurs, like different types. We kind of got the same, like raptor and let's go for Soren here. Yeah, we kind of got the same raptor and like T-Rex over and over again. So we do have excavator here. So we want to be aware of that because they just got rid of a card. Let's see, yeah. Let's get in for 5-3. Has anyone built the Old Sworn combo deck yet? Saffron built that, Matt, a couple weeks ago. There's a Path to Exile on the Adanto here. We'll say yes. Grab a swamp. Pass turn. Jesper? Nice. Two cards in their hands here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Let's see if they want to just swing out at Soren here. Yeah, it looks like they are. Let's go this block. They're going to sack their clue here and make the Tireless Striker bigger. Bloodghast wouldn't have helped us there because we couldn't block with it. Yeah, Gas does have haste. That's true. You're right, Elliot. We should have probably let Soren die there. Gonna gain some life from this, though. Ghost Quarter on Godless Shrine. Oh, I didn't notice the Ghost Quarter here. Yeah, since they have the Excavator here, it's going to make it really difficult for us to come back. Ooze, okay. Call to the Feast is pretty good here, actually. Making some blockers for us. Brown, this is how we learn. Yeah. So what's everyone's hope for Dominaria and Master 25? I'm hoping for a legit Urza card. I don't care if he's a walker, a spirit, legendary creature, or whatever. I just want for realsies Urza. Yeah. Honestly, if we would have an Urza Planeswalker, that'd be great. I don't think we will. We'll probably just get like kind of like how we got in Unset, where it was just like his head or like a piece of his body or something. Maybe some clothing. I don't know. Assuming I'll attack out here. Yeah. We're going to let Soren die here. Weatherlight remade as a vehicle? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Birds coming in here. Let's see. Oathsworn Vampire. Coming in tapped. And of course Bloodcast. Does not have haste now. Let's go Bloodcast. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Could gain possible 4 and only take 7. I think that's probably good. Masters 25 is just a regular Master set, but with slightly cooler than average cards. Like, pretty close to original Modern Masters, I guess. Yeah, and, you know, Jace is going to be in there, and if they unban Jace on Monday, then, you know, I think Modern's going to explode. Oh, Gavany. Forgot about Gavany there. It does eat a creature here for them. Yeah, we have 22 here. 5, 8, 6, 10, 15, 16 points of damage on Birds of Paradise here. Zaka wants Gerard to say Squee, Miri, the Weatherlight itself, Teferi, OG Jaya, OG Karn, and Masterpieces would be great. I don't know what Masterpieces, maybe. Yeah, we can't block any of that. Let's see. 21 there, I believe. Yeah, we're down to 1. Opponent, you have 1 card in hand. Do you have points to kill me here, or did you just miscount? Here's Aristocrat. Let's go with Oathsworn here. Let's see. Yeah, he might have missed lethal there. Okay, yeah, he did. Woo! I was thinking, I was like, did we just like run into a settle the wreckage situation or what? Let's see here before we bring in. I think we probably want to bring in Zealous Persecution. Graphics Cage isn't that useful to us. Hallowed Moonlight isn't either. Leyline is okay. I wish we had the black Leyline here to exile graveyards for the land situation thanks to Ramnap. Blight could be useful here. Let's take out 1 call. Let's take out 1 Queens. Vanguard's okay. Path and Push is okay. Aristocrat's great. Vampire's great. Bloodghast is okay. Let's take out 1 Oathsworn Vampire. Hallowed Moon does stop Coco, you're right. So we could bring out Bioblight and bring in Hallowed Moon. Yeah, because they're not cast. Pithing Needle can name lands. Yeah, we could name Gavany Township. Let's bring in 1 just for that. I do think we want to take out Bonsu for this particular situation. We want to kind of leverage more on our creature curve itself. Let's hit submit. So many notifications on my phone. I could also name fetch lands. Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. Marsh Flats, Push, Oathsworn, Bloodghast, and Adopted. This is actually fine because of the Revolt trigger from Fatal Push, so let's keep this. We're also on the draw. Path here. Let's go Marsh Flats Pass. See, if they want to ramp this turn with the bird, we can just push it. push it real good. Okay, they're going to go another bird here. I wish we had boarded in a Bile-Blight now. Feel bad about that. Jordan, we're going to bolt the bird, yeah, with a push. Yeah. Let's go Marsh Flats. Let's go Swamp here. Let's kill a bird. They're going to path their bird to get a land. Remember, if we path their bird, they do get a land, so we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that we have the kill here. I do think we want to go with a sack here and go for a plains. And just start being aggressive. Tireless Tracker. Ghost Quarter from them. Keep in mind that Ghost Quarter, this is another thing because we have unclaimed territories in the deck. We only have 2 basic lands. So Ghost Quarter, if it starts going off, we can't get any more lands if they kill one of ours this turn. Unclaimed territory, let's name Vampire here. Let's go Vanguard. Hold up Path. I doubt opponent will want to block here. Yeah, there's only 2 basic lands, Elliot. That's another downside of this deck. So they basically have a strip mine. Yeah. Clue sack from opponent here. Their land here. See if they feel like attacking in. They do. Let's go path. This way we can crack back at them for 6, 7, 8, thanks to Captivating Vampire. They are going to sack a clue there. Draw an extra card. No lands to bring in though, except for Birds of Paradise here. That's the first change I'm making. Got it written down here. Thanks, Jonathan. No problem. Cavern of Souls coming in here. Vampire once again. Let's go Captivating and then just get in for 7. Or actually, let's see. 8. Adanta's very good in the Vampire build here. Have 1 turn with the unclaimed territory. Don't you mean Cavern of Souls? Because Cavern of Souls is basically the same thing, but makes them uncounterable. Opponent is down to 7 here. They brought in Temple Garden. Looks like they're bringing in Knight of the Reliquary. Going to sack that Ghost Quarter. Make this a 3/3. I agree, Elliot. Adanto is, I feel like, super pushed. Very strong in Standard. Here's a Ghost Quarter here. Opponent is down to 7, so we do have Bloodghast with haste. Not bad. Coming in tapped, of course. Let's get in for some attacks here. So we can Ghost Quarter their Ghost Quarter, or we can get rid of a Temple Garden here. That might be useful. Of course, it makes Knight of the Reliquary larger. So, being at 7 right here, we're going to get in for at least 3. Okay, they're going to let this happen. We're going to pay the 4 life. Let's see if they have a path. They do have a path. See, and of course, we have one more swamp. Yeah, we have 3 basic lands. We don't have 2. I thought we had 2. It's 3. Still less than we need. We need to have more than 3 for ghost quarters and paths and that kind of stuff. Okay. Oh, another path. Wow, opponent. See, now we can't search for anything, so we have to hit OK. So we do get in for 3 this turn. Put it down to 4. This is going to be really painful for us this next turn. And do you still have the Ghost Quarter stack? This is going to become a 3-3. A second Ghost Quarter. Ouch. And a Birds of Paradise. Opponent has 1 card in hand. Jordan, what did you say? Some of my sweet overtime money. Jordan, don't worry about it. You're good, man. Marsh Flats here for us. We can go Marsh Flats sack. Yeah, I'm assuming he has Coco in hand right now. Let's go Godless Shrine. I'm going to say no. Could have held that Marsh Flats for this attack first. Let's see. I'm assuming maybe a sack Ghost Quarter, killing the Godless Shrine or Cavern or Unclaimed Territory. But yeah, holding the Marsh Flats there for the Bloodghast Reanimation, because I'm assuming they may block here this way instead of this way. Even Mind Stitcher flashing in, that's what they had. Okay. So no Coco in hand. So we might still have an upper hand here. Just really depends on how they block. Okay, so 2 Ghost Quarters makes us a 4-4. Of course, this is going to trade. Yep. Oh, they're going to sack a forest as well. They want to sack one more thing. Township coming in here. One of Knight's many good moves about it. Start cracking back with Flying Birds next turn. Elliot with that face. Yeah, Township here. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's kill the Township. Bye, Zaka. See you later. Enjoy your weekend. Have some fun. Another night here. I wouldn't say another vault, Jonathan. I would just go for probably 5 or 6 more lands of basics. Honestly. Aristocrats here for us. Gotta pass turn, though. This is gonna be very close for us. Yeah, Knight's gonna go to Forest. Another Gavany, I would assume. They grabbed a, looks like a Horizon Canopy. Okay. Drawing a card. 1 card in hand. Knight's a 7-7 and a 6-6. This is probably gonna be game for us. Block here and here. Let's do that. Make a 3-3. Or 2-2 actually. Down to 7. Come on, push. Or there's a lieutenant, not bad. Let's get him for 3 here to get some life. This does mean that Oathsworn Vampire can come back. Yeah, they're going block this way. Going to 10 is nice. Cast an Oathsworn. And 2 mana up to sack Legion's Lieutenant with a block. So, Aristocrat's going to be really useful for us as long as they don't path it. Sacking a Wooded Foothills here. Opponent down to 3. I need to turn off auto yields instead of concede there. Mop's playing a Golgari deck against me, and she won by putting 3 Rancors on a Birds of Paradise. That is awful, Anthony. Awful. I would be very salty about that. Opponent getting out for 9 here. Gonna block this way once again. Let's see what they have in hand. They can actually do 2 Ghost Quarters here, so... Let's see. Is that lethal? That's lethal, isn't it? Yeah, it's lethal. Dang it. So close, so close. Alright, we're into game 3 here. Aristocrat is very good. Let's see here if you want to bring in something. Does Pithy Needle grab Knight? I feel like it does. I do think Bob Light's also decent here. Let's take out another Oathsworn Vampire. Again, not very useful in this particular matchup. Let's see. Probably going to take out Sorens here. I feel like they're a little too slow. Call to the Feast is actually okay. Probably going to go Queen's Commission instead of Adante or Call to the Feast, honestly. Pit Stop Forest Axe, but not the growth, right? Yeah, it wouldn't stop the growth, Matt, absolutely, but it does stop the actual sacks of the lands, because you can actually just tap a Knight and then grab your Gavany Township. Yeah, I don't like Oathsworn Vampire in this deck either. I feel like it's just a little too slow. Let's take that out and bring in something else that's a bit more impactful. Probably want to bring in, not Sorin. Probably want to bring in Bond 2 here. Oh, Vampire's great as far as being able to be a sack outlet. It's just too slow. Like, we don't want to be spending our mana into the Vampire because we have Bloodghast instead because it comes back for free. Play first? Yes. Alright, 2 lands here. Path is in hand as well as Aristocrat and Call. Bloodghast as well and Urge to Feed. So we have a decent removal package as well as 2 creatures and a creature outlet. So we're going to say keep. Let's go with a Godless Shrine first. Say no. We don't want to run into a removal spell on our Aristocrat immediately, though. Let's go for a pass here for our opponent. But yeah, I think Modern, as far as Vampires go, this is kind of a learning outlet here. We could go Pithy Needle, name Knight as a Reliquary immediately. Or, of course, Wooded Foothills if they want to do that. But I think let's go for Godless Shrine. Say yes. Let's go Aristocrat here. Let's go Pithy Needle named Knight. In fear, they go Wooded Foothills. Could also name Gavany Township as well. Pass. Kruvix, I would say this is similar, that kind of budget, yeah. Windswept here. Going for a forest. Voice here. Of course, we could go Voice as well. Keep in mind, if we exile the Voice, it doesn't actually trigger. I think playing out the Bloodghast here is better than playing out the other Needle. The lag on my TV is way slower than my phone. Weird. Wonder why. 7 cards in opponent's end, going for a 3rd land. We need land badly right now. Scavenging Ooze. Can also shut that down, I believe. Unless they're mana. Okay, so we can't shut that down, actually. Land, please? Aw. Let's go for attacks here. Zealous Persecution is actually quite good in this situation. They block. Weird block there. Yeah, I'm kind of considering a path to our own creature here, but not just yet. Let's go Urge to Feed on these Scavenging Ooze here. Killing it, even though it can just exile a card from a graveyard. This one trades and makes a 0/0, I believe. Play first. We can't do the ability as well, so it won't matter. Trading this way is fine. Ooh, Path on top of our Bloodghast here. We'll say yes. Let's go for Plains. Interesting that opponent wanted to do that. You'd think they want to bring back a Voice of Resurgence, making it a 1/1 here. Yeah, makes it a 1/1 Elite, you're right. Courser of Krufix. Now that is probably a card we want to path. Ghost Quarter from our opponent. Yeah, getting in for 2 here. That's fair. Yeah, I don't think Call is good enough for the modern format here. I do think it's good as far as going wide. Here's Marsh Flats. Let's get that out and get a swamp in here. Could have gone for the other Godless Shrine, but wanted to go with a card that didn't hurt us. Call could be good here. 4 cards in hand. The name of this song is Infinity Mugeenian Stage. This is from Mega Man X6. Sorry for the name. Just I can't help it. It's a little insane. Let's go for Call of the Feast here. Go wide with the 3/1/1s and pass turn. We can sack those to the Aristocrat or actually make our board larger. Neither Reliquary is on top here. So they do have 2 lands in the graveyard, so this is a 4/4 automatically. Coursers here. Saving Path for the Knight is probably worth it. Ooh, a Path here on the Indulgent here. Say yes. Let's go for a Swamp. That's going to be very painful for us. Makes our board not as viable. And with tap land, they have 4 damage coming in here. We could... No, we can't, no. I want to say we want to kill the Courser, but we can't this turn. Let's see what we draw into here. Another Marsh Flats here. Just go for Godless Shrine. Say no. Okay, we could go Pithing Needle with either Windswept Peak or Ghost Quarter. Yeah, like 4 basic lands at least. But there's 3 in the deck. Let's go Pithing to see if they want to do anything with that. Yeah, there goes a Windswept immediately. Let's probably go Gavany. See, we could get in for 6, or we can hold it up on the block. Collect company from opponent here. Wish we had hollowed in our hand, but we do not. Ooh. Azusa. Noble. Interesting they didn't play out the knight there. They could have played out the knight, I believe, right? Yeah, they're casting the knight. Gotcha. Ramming up Excavator on top. 5/5 immediately. Wooded Foothills sack. Let's go for a path on the knight here. Of course, that does make a 6/6. That will shrink whenever they attack in, though. Okay, 2 cards in hand. Another Voice of Resurgence. Jeez. Voice makes this really difficult now thanks to the elementals they're making. Okay. Lots of triggers. 1 card in hand. All right. Could go double block here for 1. I think that's pretty accurate. Let's go Zealous. Of course, it does make some more elementals. Makes our creatures 2/2s. Courser does die. We do gain some life from that. We did board in Bioblight this turn, so getting into the Bioblight here might be good. Ghost Quarter from us. Yeah, too slow. Yeah, just not having enough removal in our deck, not having enough ways to deal with a big board. That's going to be the end of us for this this game here. Going to pass turn though. But yeah, I am kind of suspecting that we're going to be losing this next turn. Maybe take a commission and calls for engineering explosives. Probably that. Maybe Ratchet Bomb as well. Yeah, we're going to pass here. We're under 5-minute warning, but that's game. Being able to block the big bombs here maybe would be fine. Yeah, they're just going to attack out with everything. Could do that. 2, 3. That's game though if we don't block these big dudes. 6, 7, 8, 9. They might in Masters, honestly. It hasn't been printed in a while. Let's see, another Voice of Resurgence. Yeah, having a board wipe here would be amazing. Yeah, gotta get into Cavern. And that's gonna be a game. It don't matter. That's game. Womp, womp, womp. Let's get into match 4 here. Oh, Kevin, it doesn't matter. Royal Terran Thought Patrol. Oh, man. Welcome back, Kevin. Hope you've been well. Play first? Yes. Opening hand has 3 lands, unclaimed territories. Again, we need basics, and we don't have basics here. It just makes everything so much more difficult for us. So let's keep here. We do have ways to be able to play these creatures out, but again, we have options. So let's go unclaimed territory. Let's say vampire. Hope we get into an actual basic soon. I'll disappear once our Terran stops punting. Aww. Eight cards in hand 7, going to Polluted Delta. Alright. Sacking that. Watery Grave. Thoughtseize from opponent, going to grab. Let's see. Nothing, right? Non-land card. Okay, so they can grab a creature. Maybe Yahini, maybe Bantu. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Ooh. Bantu, yeah. Aristocrat here from us. Let's go and claim territory once more. Go Vampire. Let's go Bloodghast first. And pass. Okay. Hit 6 once again from opponent. $185 pre-order Modern Masters 25. Oof. That's a lot. Opt for opponent on their main phase. Weird. Usually that's an instant on our instep. Maybe they just drew into it. Or maybe they just need mana really badly. Throwing away a Street Wraith there. Another Street Wraith. Is this a Hollow Wind deck? What is happening? Okay, we got push here. Let's go Vault. Let's go into Yahini here. And let's just get in for 4. Let's get in for 4. They could have push for the Bloodghast. They do not. They're down to 7. Street Wraith, remember, you pay 2 life and sack a card here. Thought Scour. Might be up against a weird shadow deck. Let's see what happens. Push is really going to hurt that situation, though. Scalding Tarn, okay. Okay, this is Delve deck. Gotcha. Angler coming in. Field of Ruin here for us. Can't use push at all yet. So it does make these plays a little bit more difficult to deal with. Could have gone for the Indulgent first and then sacked a Bloodghast, played at the Field of Ruin and got back Bloodghast. That was the line of play there. Kevin, this is Mega Man Zero music. I can change in just a minute. Let me see what we want to do here, though. Probably want to pass, honestly. Prom music. Scalding Turn down to 6. Angler does slow us down a bit. Going to use Bloodghast Sack, most likely with the Aristocrat Sack for the Bloodghast if we hit a land. If not, Vault can give us Death Touch and Lifelink, but again, we don't have any basics. We need something. 6 cards in opponent's hand. Okay, going for a swamp there. See where we're at as far as music goes. Could go Street Fighter 2. Probably just Sonic 2 here, honestly. Let's go Sonic. After this song is over. Cycling Street Wraith. Their opponent is at 4 here. Goodness. Opponent's not going to block here. Let's go with the Bloodghast Sack here. Get some counters on our creatures. Might get a removal spell from the Blood Crypt there. A prompt. Looks like a push. Yep. This does still hit Yahini though. Yeah, they're trying to get to their Death Shadow. They're at 4 though. Queen's Commission here. Let's go for black. Another push on Yahini. That's about to happen. Could have gone for white there with Queen's Commission. I do think having 2 Bloodghasts here does make this lethal. Snap. Yeah, they're going to go with a push here on the... Yahini. There it is. Okay. Nothing we can do about that, right? Could kill Snapcaster, of course, but that doesn't help us. Let's go another Bloodghast here. Pass turn. Okay. 4 cards in the opponent's hand. Do they get it? There it is. It's a 9/9. Bloodstained Mire as well. Almost got a little too cocky there with the attack. Oop, they are going to go in for us. Okay. Interesting. Could have attacked in, but both of our attacks would have been blocked by Snappy and the Angler. So at least with this part, we have the push on the Death Shadow, if we can. And then get in for 4. They're going to block with his Mage, and then we get them down to 2. If opponent will make up their mind on the attack here. If they don't attack, then we'll just hold up for blocks, and then just get in with the push on the Death Shadow. Would love to get into white mana for a Queen's Commission. Yeah, just because they can't block doesn't mean we want to attack. Here, let me go to Sonic here. Yeah, there we go. Waiting on opponent. Trying to figure out if they're tanking or if they're lagging. Mangler's moving the red zone very, very slowly. Come on. Come on, opponent. You were playing fine until you weren't. That sounds like Destiny writing. Oh, they lost connection to the game. That's what happened. Okay, we're going to give them a couple seconds and see if they get back to us. Yeah, opponent got back here. They're back. Joined the game. Okay. Maybe their client crash or something. Gonna give you 30 seconds, opponent. Or till 17-minute mark. Do. They're in salt mining company. I do love me some salt. That's sodium. They are going to commit to this attack here. Can't block it. All right. We got a path there. We don't have a white mana still. Wow. Let's go push on the Death Shadow. Let's see if they have anything. They have 2 blue mana up here, so they could go for... They don't. Let's get in for some attacks. That's lethal. You got to block with a Snappy. And maybe another Snappy coming in with Fatal Push. Nope, they're just going to use the Fatal Push in hand. I got you. Of course. Of course. If we've learned one thing, opponent always has the correct card in their hand to deal with our situation. Opponent mulling over whether or not they want to take this. I would say no. Block with Snapcaster. Yep. Alrighty. We have path. Let's hopefully get into a land here. Hopefully a white mana. If we get into a white mana, we have 2 blood casts right back. And then we just path the angler and then attack in. And that should be game. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Let's see what happens. Come on. I want you to hit me. There it is. Let's see if there's another Death Shadow coming in here. No Death Shadow. Land, please. Oh, did not hit land. Yep, yet another reason why Unclaimed Territories and Vault is bad in this deck. Oh, man. I would rather have tap lands than Unclaimed Territories. Cavern is good because it does get around the counters, but Unclaimed Territory just, you know, if you're not like all in on the creature base, it's just terrible. Yeah, there's a Teamer Battle Rage into Angler, and that's game. All right, let's go to game 2 here. Okay. Let's get out Sorin. I think Persecution could be okay. Could bring in Pithing Needle for those lands. Yeah, like, never mind. Okay. Yeah, all the broken hearts, Kevin. I'll see you later, Jordan. See, Moonlight isn't great. Silence isn't great. Yeah, Persecution for Snapcasters. And trading up if we can. Cage for Snapcaster? Yeah, we could do that. That's fine. Yeah, that's what I think too, Carlos. If you use Unclaimed Territory for 2-color decks, then just board in the regular colors instead. Let's take out 2 of those Sworn Vampires here. Boblight might be useful. It is an instant. Let's bring in Boblight here. Let's get rid of the Oathsworn again. Just board them out completely. Let's hit submit. Yeah, and after we hit the 5th land or the 5th match here, we're going to go for an autopsy on this deck. Play first, yes. Caitlin, why don't you change the mana base in? Sorry if I'm still kind of new to MTG. Caitlin, whenever someone submits a deck to me on the Fan Fridays, I try not to change the deck list at all. And then at the end of the stream, I offer like constructive criticism on what the deck should do, what the deck can kind of go forward with. See, like right now, we have a great hand for creatures, terrible hand for spells. Because of Path to Exile being in here, that's great for us as far as creature removal. Legion's Landing of Vanguard and Bloodghast, great for the 2 cards we have here, though, as far as land. So we have a decent turn 1 through, or turn 2 through 3 or 4 with creatures here. It just makes it very difficult for us to hopefully get into some lands. Yeah, outside of matches, he wants to run it as it's submitted since it's Fan Friday. Exactly, Elliot. Bom, ba, bom, boom, boom, boom. Opponent deciding whether or not to mulligan. Let's go with an Unclaimed Territory here. And name Vampire. And pass turn. Ba, 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 da. Yeah, I do think the sideboard of this particular deck, since we are in black, I mean, running Surgical Extraction, Thoughtseize, Inquisition of Kozilek, those are great cards to be in the sideboard of any kind of black deck at all. And of course, Surgical can be in anything because it's Phyrexian mana, but just great cards for us overall. Where can you submit decks? Samuel, you can always submit them in the Facebook link in the description. There is a group there for us. As soon as we hit 10,000, I'm going to make a Discord channel for us. But also, you can tweet them at me at my Twitter. My handle is right above me. I have a pinned post right now on the Facebook page, but I wouldn't submit just yet. Wait till the stream here ends so I can delete that and make a new one for next week. Darren is the best. We only roast him whenever possible. That sounds about right. I don't think I'm the best. I'm just saying like you guys roast me whenever possible. That sounds accurate. Wow, 2 Street Wraiths here. 3 Street Wraiths. Wow. Come on, 4th. Give me a 4th. Elliot, we roast him because he's our friend. Too bad I'm terrible to my friends. Okay, see now, first time watching the stream, mostly play paper EDH. Gotcha, Caitlin. Death's Shadow here from opponent. Let's go for a Cavern of Souls. Name Vampire. Let's go for a Danto Vanguard. This is going to be very bad for us if we don't figure out a way to get Death's Shadow out of here as soon as possible. Good deck ideas. Nice, Samuel. Would love to see them. Thought Scour for opponent. Got rid of 2 lands there. Getting in for 2. That makes sense. Come on, land. Give me a white mana. Give me a white mana. Give me either a dual land. Give me even a fetch land. All of those. All of the above. Any or all. Yeah, Angler coming in now for opponent. They're, again, too powerful for us. Vanguard is decent here because we can block the 5 for 4. So that's okay. Not great, though. Opponent is at 11, so they are pretty low. We could get it for 8 if we play Legion's Lieutenant. But I'm assuming opponent has Fatal Pushes here. Scalding Tarn Sack. Yeah, opponent just being way too explosive this game. Alright. 5-5 and a 5-5. We're going to block and block. And pay for the blocks this way. Okay. Please give me a white mana for a path at least. Let's see here. Thought Scour for opponent, drawing a card. You have 2 black mana up, so I'm assuming Fatal Pushes could be used this coming turn. Don't use them this turn. Oh, they're going to go for Inquisition. No, they can grab Lieutenant. Lieutenant would be the win card here. Yeah, there goes our win card. Ah, so close. So close. Yep, there goes Lieutenant. Ouch. Another Inquisition? What is happening? Another black mana. Yeah, we could just slam Bloodghast. That's true, James. Another Angler coming in. Ah, Cage, a turn too slow. Yep. Really struggling on this mana situation. We could attack out here, and then we would die on the upkeep. Yeah, we're dead. So we can block 2 of these and take 5, go to 5, but our board state would be depleted. So we can block here. This one dies. Block here, pay 4, and have this one come in. We go to 1. That might be okay. Let's see. Let's block here and here. Going to 1 could be okay, but again, we're going to be very, like, if not dead this turn, then dead. If they have a Temur Battle Rage in hand, then we're actually dead. Opponent might be Fatal Pushing the Vanguard here on the activation. Probably thinking about it. Yeah. Again, mana situations in all of these games we've played so far, very, very difficult for us. Very hard to deal with. Temur Battle Rage? Terminate. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so we just wasted our life there. And they get in for 5. All right. Hey, there's a Marsh Flat, so we gotta pay 1 life to use it! And we're at 1 life. Okay, let's concede. Oh, man. Last matches of the day. We're in match 5. Do you guys know the Vexing Devil / Claim the Fame deck? That deck is hilarious, Kevin. Start. Ba-da-bow. Do 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 do. Not personally, Joe, just from Facebook. Oh, are they like your Facebook friend, Elliot? The Claim to Fame deck? Are they a friend of a mutual? Is that it? This hand is okay because it has, you know, white and black mana in it. All right. What is this? Marsh flats from our opponent. Or from us. Let's go Shrine here and say no. Pass turn. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook. Oh, man. Boros aggro looks like. Do-do-do-do-do. Ah, the rare vanilla 2/2 for 1. Okay, 5 cards in hand. Ooh, another one. Is this just cats? What is this? Okay, let's say. It's like all the pics of my dog on Instagram. I got you. Here's a swamp here for us. Let's go Marsh Flats. Pass. Ba-da, ba-da. From the sideboard here, I do think Zealous Persecution is going to be a great card for this matchup. As far as everything else, pretty bad. Bowblight might be brought in. Dryad's pretty decent. Bushwhacker, they're going to come in with some power. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, we're dead. We can do Call to the Feast on turn 4 if we can survive that long, but odds are we're not gonna. Bloodghast here. Yeah, didn't do Marshflat Sack either, so that's gonna be a game. Ouchies. Yeah, Persecution coming in here for sure. Bowblight coming in here for sure. Moonlight, not really that big of a deal for us. Pithy Needle, not that big of a deal. Cage, not either. Let's get out Sorin. Let's get out Oathsworn Vampires. Let's actually take out all vampires and bring in the Sorin. Oh, man. I heard that Vexing Devils had abs. I heard that Vexing Devils was shredded. Play first, yes. Push an opening hand with some decent creatures. Let's say yes. Let's go with Marsh Flats here. Opponent mulliganing to 6. Let's go Marsh Flats. Sack for a Godless Shrine. Say yes. Pass. We're gonna go with a push here. Whoops, can't do that. Sorry. Meant to do Aristocrat. I did find a Valentine that said, "Well, with me, and deal 4 damage to yourself and sack myself. It'll be your fault." Oh man, Militant here. Dragon Hunter. Okay. Call to the Feast, not bad. Let's go for a Marsh Flat Sack here. Let's go for a Swamp. And pass turn. Do. Nope, I don't live in Georgia. I live in the old Tennessee. Sacred Foundry from my opponent. 3 cards in hand. Not as explosive in this game. Here's a bolt to the lieutenant here. Yeah, let's kill this 2/1 here. Pass turn. Cavern here is nice. Let's go call and pass. Okay, 3 cards in hand. Next turn might be Sorin, if we can get that out. Really depends on how explosive this next turn is for them. If it's not that explosive, then Sorin's definitely going to come out here. Make some 1/1 vampires with lifelink. Because they do trade well with their creatures. I said no, took 4 damage and sacked itself. Then just today, I saw a BuzzFeed article claiming that the Vexing Devils was a famous BMX bike designer. Whoa! Oh man, that was dorky. Opponent getting in for 2. We're going to block here and see if they have a pump spell. Looks like they did not. Not bad, not bad. 2 cards in the opponent's hand. They played out that, let's see, yeah. Battleforge, or what is it? Battlefield Forge they played out. Are they passing here? Another cavern. Let's make a 1/1 vamp here so we can get out of a bolt range and just get in for 2. That sounds nice, right? See if opponent has anything on up their sleeve this turn. They might have a Settle the Wreckage. Yeah, I am curious about that. How much life do you have left? Going to 3 cards in hand, 4 mana on the battlefield. Elite Vanguard, okay. Bushwhacker. Gotcha. It was kicked. They give haste. Assuming they swing at Sorin? Yeah. That is enough to have a bolt kill it. -3. Might live next door to it. A Physical Persecutor. Gotcha. Vanguard here for us. Let's go double black with a Bloodghast. Let's go up 1 with Sorin. And get in for 2. I think we might actually win this one. The last game was just too fast. Okay. We've got the board state, so we should be fine. By the way, if you guys have been enjoying the stream, make sure to like the stream. Would really appreciate that. Helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps us out a lot too. And if you want to be a part of the group, we have a Facebook group in the description. You can always join us there and talk discussion, submit stuff for Fan Fridays for next week. And yeah, just have a lot of fun overall. Ooh, Servitude. Servitude is kind of annoying here. No attacks though, thanks to the not haste. Let's do this. Let's attack out here. Join the Facebook group. Let me post on your comments. Oh, man. Yeah, this deck looks good when lands work. I agree, James. Let's see if they're willing to take 7 here. 8, actually, not 7. Math is hard. Oh man. So what's everybody doing for F&M this weekend? Anybody going to F&M or bringing a particular deck to F&M? Is there a modern event for you guys or is it standard? Yeah, they're going to take all of it. That's cool. Bushwhacker kicks it. Grocery shopping. That makes sense. Let's block here. Missed it. It was standard. Thought they'd play group. They were here when meet up, but they didn't. Aw, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. We're down to 12. Opponent is down to 5. Do they have a way to clear the board right now? No, okay. But to say, I was like, I feel like we just win now. I think everything else as far as what we have in our deck here is fine. Hallowed Moonlight could be brought in to deal with that big swing. Let's take out Bonte for that. Bum, 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 bum. Tomorrow's my local game store is having a couple two-headed giant tournaments. Nice! I love me some two-headed giant. Haven't played in a long time though. Grand Tour. Not going to F&M, car's broken. Aw. Staying in and watching Grand Tour. Oh, yeah, gotcha. I just caught up there. 3 lands, Field of Ruin is not great, but this is worth keeping because of the commissions and Captivating Vampire. Goblin Guide does help us a little bit. If it's a land, especially. Yahini, okay. Let's go for a Godless Shrine here. Say no, pass turn. Gonna take some damage. Bump, 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 bump. My wife's playing Soul Sisters and I'm doing a token build. Nice. To land. Bushwhacker, okay. Getting in for 5. Adonto Vanguard for us. Let's go for Field of Ruin here. Vanguard is the play. Okay, we're going to block here for 1. Is there a connection issue right now? Says it's good on my end. Attacking out here. Give me a land, please. Thank you. We're going to block the 1/1 here. Down to 11. Okay. Let's see what they have here. Kithian, nice. Soldier, okay. This does mean a flipped Kithian. Let's go Ghost Quarter here. Go Queen's Commission. Pass turn. Are you streaming on President's Day? When is that? I would assume so. Too scared to do F&M. Only ever played EDH with my friends. Things would be too overwhelming for me, I think. Oh, it's alright, Caitlin. No problem. I do think that going with a friend, if you have a friend to go to F&M with, is the best. Going by yourself is can be sort of intimidating. It's especially intimidating for me sometimes. Logan, first time I was able to catch you live. How goes it? What's up, Logan? Going pretty well. We're playing a modern vampire build. It's doing alright. Needs some extra work, though. It's not doing anything particularly well. This does flip, though. Kithian. Huh, I didn't attack with it. Interesting. Gonna block this way. Take 5. Go to 8. Yeah, opponent has a pretty cool brew here. It's a Boros aggro deck with a bunch of 1-drops. Bushwhacker is their main kill card here. Captivating Vampire. Let's go Godless Shrine and say no. Queen's Commission here is going to be great. So much nostalgia. Oh yeah, never gonna. Evidem is a language that's not your native tongue. Gets rid of all that intimidation real quick. Let's see. 2 cards in hand, getting in again for some attacks. Thanks. We're gonna block like this. Yeah, they're gonna make Kithian indestructible. Ba-da-ba. Anyone like Undertale? I'll be streaming it tomorrow. You streamer. You. Yeah, they're gonna make a Gideon here. Okay. Let's go Vampire here. And then go Vanguard. How has Bantu played out? Logan, not a big fan of Bantu in this deck, honestly. It played one time on the field, but after that, we haven't seen it since. It's only a 2-of in the deck, so because of how fast Modern is, having a 2-of in the deck is almost going to be guaranteed a card you will not see most of the time, unless you're up against a slower build. Have to take advantage of all your fans. I know, Elliot. You're big leech. Leeching on everything. Let's see, your Cavern of Souls in our hand here. Actually, let's go for a... Yeah, we have Captivating in hand here, so let's go for a block here. This way. Nice. Oh, it's indestructible because of Gideon there. Soldier. 2 cards in hand. Dragon Hunter. It's going so wide. Martial Arts Cavern here. Let's go Cavern. And then a Hinny. And then pass turn. Next year, I'm going to play out the Sorin here and probably go Emblem. And making a 4/4 here. 1 card in hand. Yeah, they're going to attack out here. No problem. Lots of Yehini triggers. How did it trade there? Oh, because of the damage. I should have sacked a creature there. Into the stream, I go for a punt because I forgot about damage on the stack there for a second. Let's go. Pass real quick. 1, 2. Let's do that. And then do Bloodcast. My fault there. a lifelinker. Pass. What Ethros? Probably Logan, but again, I don't think that's what you want to be doing with a vampire build. I do think that this build is a little too slow. Oathsworn Vampire is a card that just comes in tapped and does nothing, or comes in tapped and gets immediately killed, or just we die before that card is really useful to us. So there's a lot of situations here. Okay. Servitude here. Annoying situation. They have a 2-2 with haste though. The servitude situation is very cool from their side. Path to Exile from opponent or for opponent. Let's go for a 1/1 here. Let's hold the path in our hand for now. I guess we go for Yahini, huh? Right? What is happening? I don't want to attack. Let's say up to one target attacks. Get it. So I attack Gideon, right? Now I'm confused. Nothing else is saying that, right? Oh, okay. It's picking the token there. I thought I was picking. I could just pick whatever. Target creature. You're right. You're right. You're right. Sorry about that. My bad. Thanks, guys. I thought it was just saying I had to choose one. We'll go with a kill there. Holding a path for a Gideon here would be great. If we're even alive after this turn. See, one card in hand, 5 mana or life on the battlefield. Yeah, it looks like they're just swinging out here. What's up, Gizmo thing? Are they not going to attack out? I assume they would. There it goes. Okay, it's a flyer here. Two, 4, 6, we're dead. Yeah. None of it's heading towards the Planeswalker, so that's going to be game. Could do it that way. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it's still dead. Still dead. That's game. Alrighty. 5 matches down. We are 2-3. Let's get out the old deck builder here. As far as the deck list here, I do think as far as it goes on the deck itself, we're too slow for the. Let me move this around so we can get this situated. Yeah, right there. I do feel like we're a little too slow on this particular setup here. I think we're missing a lot of critical pieces that Modern really needs. So like say Queen's Commission and Call to the Feast. I get what we're trying to do here with the Queen's Submission, Call to the Feast, and Oathsworn Vampire, but I do think in the Modern format it's just too slow. I think with Bantu could be good in a Modern format if we had something useful, but I don't think that's very useful for us in the Modern format with what we have in our deck here. I think Aristocrat's great from a vampire perspective. I think Captivating Vampire is good. I even think Legion's Lieutenant is a good card. Urge Defeat is also decent removal, but I do think we probably want to go for Fatal Push over Urge Defeat instead. In the main board, maybe another Path and another push here. Let me pull up a builder here real quick. I do think Sorin is okay, not fantastic. There's just a lot of other cards in this set I would pick otherwise. I do think in the sideboard, we would definitely want to get rid of probably Persecution. Boblight could be okay, but I think just getting out something instead of a Boblight, like instead of this, maybe a Henny or something that's a little more powerful at the 3 mana slot instead of 2 mana slot. Even Grasp of Darkness would be better than Boblight sometimes. I do think getting Surgical Extraction. I do think getting some more artifact removal in the sideboard here is good. Trying to think what else. Since we have black, getting the black ley line might actually be decent as well. Instead of using Grafdigger's Cage here. It just has a lot more viability as far as the particular matchups with, like say, Storm or any kind of flashback hate, stuff like that. Stony Silence is okay. Hallowed Moonlight is okay against Coco, but not like amazing. Like we really want to have something else to deal with creatures instead of that one off chance to get a Coco Hallowed Moonlight situation. I do think that's probably the I think it's too specific of a situation to hope for that. Trying to think what else here. As far as the main board, of course, we want to make sure that our actual basic lands are big enough. So Unclaimed Territory, I think we want to take out completely. We want to bring in some more lands instead, basic lands. Obviously, we need more black mana than we need white. Yeah, Vampire's Martyr, I think, should be mono black with Hand Disruption and Vampire Nocturne. I think that's fine, Josh. I think it is possible to build a like black-white version of vampires. I think there is enough now, especially with Adanto Vanguard and Legion Lieutenant, to be a black-white build, especially with the good removal like Path. But I do think that going more a token route here is not the way to go because of the way or how slow it is in the format. Unless we have a way to double these or something like that, playing 2 for 3 and playing 3 for 4 is just not what we want to be doing. Marshflats is okay. Godless Shrine is okay. You probably want to go one more Godless Shrine. Ghost Quarter can be okay. I do like Field of Ruin more because it does benefit us more. Cavern of Souls is decent. But yeah, Unclaimed Territory is involved here. I'm not really a big fan of it all. Let's see. Unless you want to board in, like, you know, a Death Shadow, Josh. How about that? Black-white Adanto Vanguard with Death Shadow. Make your Death Shadow pretty big on turn 2 or turn 3. Concealed Courtyard needs to be in there. I do think, yeah, Concealed Courtyard could be in here as well. You could probably do those over maybe some Marsh Flats unless you want to, or actually Godless Shrines. Instead of the Shock Lands, go for Fast Lands instead. There's just a lot of different ways you could build this deck. Yeah, Unclaimed Territory is definitely coming out. Let me kind of spend some time with this today, and I'll post a new list in the Facebook group this afternoon and come back at you guys with that. I do think black-white vampires do have a place in the format, and I do think they are quite good. It just needs to be built the correct way. And I don't think going a Bontu the Glorified, Nihini with tokens build is that the actual way to do it. I do like all these cards in Standard, obviously, but I think that when you go from Standard to Modern, there is just a level of kind of like quality that you need to meet that I feel like this deck right now isn't meeting quite as well as it should be. Again, Aristocrat's great, Vanguard's okay, Lieutenant's great, Captivating Vampire is very good, and Oathsworn could have been great. Bloodghast is obviously amazing, but Oathsworn is no Bloodghast. So that's kind of what I'm going to say for now. But that's probably going to wrap it up for today, guys. I will definitely tinker with a list and post it into the group for today and tag the user that submitted this. But thank you guys for watching, of course. Like the video if you liked it. Have a great FNM if you're going to FNM tonight. Enjoy that. Enjoy your weekend. And I guess I'll see you guys on Monday. I might get a video out over the weekend talking about Modern and Lantern Control, as there are bannings and announcements coming up on Monday. A lot of people are thinking that Jace might be unbanned and Lantern, specifically Ensnaring Bridge, might be banned. I wouldn't say that's like out of like left field, as Ensnaring Bridge is a very difficult card to deal with. See you later, Logan. But I do think that it might be unlikely based on the amount of actual play that deck is getting. So we'll see, obviously, on Monday. But yeah, I'll see you guys. If I post a video on the weekend, you'll see it. If not, I'll see you guys on Monday on the stream. Enjoy your weekend, and peace.